My name is Erin Shannon, and I work for Myers Norris Penny in Regina, and I'm a tax technician. Well, I'm originally from Regina, but I've been living, or had been living in Calgary for about 20 years. And an opportunity came available to buy a home in Regina, and at a very affordable price. And while I was house hunting in Regina to move back to Saskatchewan, there was a job fair in Calgary, Think Regina, and I went and was connected with Myers Norris Penny there and found a job quite quickly and decided that was all the signs I needed to move back, so I did. And I've been here since July of '07. Well, so far the first winter was kind of a shock, took a little adjusting. I miss the Chinooks in Alberta, certainly. But we have managed to find a house in a great neighborhood close to Wascana Park, which is a huge sort of inner city park in town, and we've fit in quite well. It was an easy adjustment in terms of moving back, finding a house, finding a school where there was no waiting list and no school bus to take. My son can just walk to school from our home, which was something in Calgary. He took a 45-minute bus trip to get to school. So that was important. And we sort of settled right in, and life is continuing as normal. Well, the biggest contrast is the commute and the availability in a smaller city to spend less time getting to work and getting home from work. And in Calgary, my commute was anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour each way, morning, and then again after work. I work downtown Calgary, and I'm downtown Regina, and I think my commute is about 7 or 10 minutes and 15 on a really bad day. I've also found here that transit is less cumbersome, meaning that the buses aren't full during peak hours. You aren't crammed onto a train to try and get downtown to work. And the atmosphere in downtown Regina is a lot less hustle and bustle than in Calgary, which some people really enjoy that, and I myself, I like that it's a little quieter. Living in Regina versus living in Calgary, obviously there's a few more choices in a larger center for entertainment or even restaurants or shopping. I've had a bit of shopping withdrawal moving from Calgary to Regina, but having said that, there's so many more things in Regina that I can afford to do now because I couldn't afford to do them in Calgary. And also just being able to go to places that aren't lined up and busy, and parking's never an issue. So we go to the museum, or we go to the Science Center or the IMAX, or the art gallery. The Mackenzie Art Gallery here is phenomenal. And I don't think the 20 years I lived in Calgary, I think I went to the Glenbow Museum once just because there's no parking down there, and it's kind of a pain to get there. So I've just found in Regina that we seem to take advantage of things more as a family than we ever did in Calgary. So there may have been more things to do in Calgary, but we never seem to do them. And now in a smaller center, I find that we're always taking advantage of the things the city has to offer. So that's a big difference for me. Well, if you're considering moving to another center for whatever reasons you have, having that city come to you and solicit you is phenomenal, and I don't think there could be a better way to learn about a city than the people who work there and live there. And when I went to the Think Regina job fair in Calgary, number one, it was very highly publicized, so I knew about it weeks before it came. It was on the news, it was in the paper, and it seemed like when I went there that I was actually interviewing potential employers. I didn't feel like I had to sort of sell myself or be in this interview process at all. I felt like these companies were trying to sell themselves to me, and that's empowering as an employee or someone moving to a center maybe that you're not familiar with, is being recruited like that and made to feel that you're wanted and you're needed, and the city and the province are ready to accommodate you any way that they can. And like I said, I felt empowered as an employee that these big companies were selling themselves to little old me. So that would be a plus, to go and just see what companies have to offer you instead of trying to sell yourself to a company. These companies will sell themselves to you.